Do you fear death? Why or why not? What's death gonna do? Kill me? Yes. My reason is stupid. I can't really properly explain it. If we're not reborn, or there's no afterlife, I can't imagine not being able to think or use my senses. 40-year-old here who should have been dead 5 different times, but somehow here I sit. I think as you get older and watch friends and family die, you have to face your own mortality. The scary part is the how. I've watched a couple of family members die of cancer and it's F***king horrible. It's a ***TTY way to go, and very difficult to watch someone you love go out that way. Worrying about it won't change anything. Had another friend who never drank, and would randomly smoke a cig or two on the weekends. Out of nowhere he has a brain aneurysm and dies 2 days later. Meanwhile I was drinking 12 to 15 beers a day, and smoking a pack a day. Why him? I should been the one voted most likely to die young. You watch enough of these deaths and just realize that the only people who know for sure how they are going out are the ones who do it themselves. It's best to just accept it and try to make the most you can out of the limited time we have on this rock. I used to think I'd be content when the time came, but from an experience where one wrong move cold ended with my death, I'm no longer okay with dying. I have so much I haven't done, and so much I want to do. So many people that would be affected by my loss. I don't want to put anyone through something like that if it can be prevented. I know death is inevitable, but if I can choose to die of old age then I'd choose that over anything else. So to answer your question, yes I fear death. Death no. Dying yes. Nope. I'm disabled. I require carers and people around me for basically everything. My life is one of dependence and death is just one more thing out of my control. So F***it. Fear of death used to keep me up at night. I couldn't do anything without thinking about how everyone I knew including me was gonna die. Now I never think about it. If it happens it happens. All we can do is enjoy the small amount of time we get here. Death for myself? No, it happens. Death for loved ones? Yes, because I have to live knowing I can't make more memories with them. Edit. Slightly related, but this question triggered something I wanted to get off my chest for a couple years now. I've never had a great relationship with my dad. Chalk it up to Asian stereotypes, or whatever, but we've just never spent that much time together, and have never hugged, or said things like I love you, or I'm proud of you. Especially now that I've been living alone for a few years I have this constant dilemma of fearing I'll go through life never having said those things, while also knowing that we do love each other, even if we don't verbalize it. He visited me recently and it quite nearly broke me. I need to call him. Sorry for the rant, I just needed to write this out. At night I do. When I try to fall asleep I always seem to get really focused on those final moments which really trips me out and fills me with fear. Then, by morning I'm back to my regular self who could really care less, because I honestly don't fear what's on the other side, just the method that I take to get there. I mean, sort of, yeah. I think it's because the only thing I know how to do is, well, feel. If death removes all ability to feel, all consciousness and what makes me, me, well I'm sure, when I'm dead I won't be physically capable of caring anyway. So maybe death itself doesn't scare me. The idea of dying and feeling myself slipping away scares me a bit, though. I did at first. Then I thought about how eventually the planet I live on will die and swallowed by the sun. And if I somehow found a way to fly out towards Neptune and set up life there, eventually the star our system revolves around will die, maybe in a fiery explosion taking out all the other planets with it. And assuming that I somehow found a way to hop from star system to star system, the stars will all eventually die. And even if I found a way to live without the energy from the stars, the universe will keep on expanding until eventually not even atoms are capable of staying formed. And if somehow I was able to avoid all that, all I'd have to look forward to is an eternity of nothing that right now defies the imagination. Eventually even the memories that I was so desperate to hold on to will dissipate like the matter around me. I could not feel, touch, taste, hear, see, or think. Just like death. So I would still die, I would just die an immortal. Then I realized that this would happen because everything else around me had died. The whole universe has died. How big must my ego be to believe that I above everything else in the universe should get to live forever? I'm still scared about dying, but more like I don't want to die in a car crash, rather than I never want to die. Absolutely. What'll if I die on the toilet and didn't get a chance to flush first? What'll if my last words are I actually have really good balance and then immediately fall down a flight of stairs? What'll if I'm trying to impress a girl and she gets sprayed with blood when it all goes wrong? Death isn't scary because everything goes blank. Death is scary because it's freaking awkward as hell and other people have to deal with your corpse. Davy Jones? I fear the death of my husband. Afraid of dying just because you can't really help it, not necessarily afraid of death itself. When you know that you have to die at some point no matter what, and there's really nothing you can do to prevent that, it's better to enjoy your time on earth while you can, rather than wasting it worrying over death. Why be afraid of something that you can't avoid? I am. Absolutely. To die is my greatest fear and it's killing me, literally, as I can do nothing about it. It can't be stopped, it is gonna happen. So I rather not think about it, because the anything else makes sense. What'll am I worried about my job, if at some point I'm gonna die? What's the point on doing normal things like shopping or dating, if you're gonna die anyway? Yes, you can enjoy living, but that's not gonna help you to survive. You can be the happiest man or woman alive and you're gonna die anyway. So I rather not think about it at all, that way I can live. No. Acceptance seemed easier than getting freaked out about something that I can't change. Of course. I've got no ***king idea what happens when I die. I don't want to know. You're meant to be scared of it. Sure, I have accepted and embraced death before, but I think everyone is scared of it. I fear getting old more than I fear death. I don't fear death, I fear dying. Make sure to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching.